what them gangs not telling you is that it's a whole lot of sucker stuff that you're going to get put through by being in a gang. You heard? So just when you in prison, going through all that madness that you're going through, the lockups, the disciplinary hearings, the cube confinement, the cell confinement, the loss of good time, the hits at the board, um, um, loss of privileges, loss of phones, loss of good time, loss of everything. When you come home, depending on who you are in that gang, if you're really putting it on in the gang, if you're really putting it on and you're not just a part of a gang, when you come home, guess what? You're going to be on a gang unit. You heard? Because I was on a gang unit when I came home. You heard? And a lot of the things that I had prepared to do when I was in prison, I couldn't do when I came home. You know why? Because when I came home, I was on a gang unit. You know what I'm saying? So when I came home, I had like a year left of parole. You know what I'm saying? And they gave me a regular parole officer. Now, the way you get your parole officer is it goes by your area, your zip code. You heard? Wherever you live at, certain parole officers have certain zip codes. You understand what I'm saying? Or certain areas. You know what I'm saying? And I had got a dude that he was by the book as far as with I think he said with curfew. You heard? I had a 9 o'clock curfew. You know what I'm saying? When I came home. And this dude was coming. Him and his partner. He had a female partner. And he was coming. But I was only home 3 days. 3 days. And my PO called me. He said, yo, come in tomorrow. So boom, when I came in tomorrow, the next day, which was like a Thursday, or I came home on a Monday, he already had called me on a Wednesday and told me to come in on Thursday. When I got in on Thursday, he was like, you gotta you was down with a gang up north, and I was like, nah. I was like, yeah, I was down with a gang up north, but I've been left that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess with no gang or nothing. He was like, oh, well, you got to go with the gang unit. You know what I'm saying? You getting the gang unit PO. They taking you. You heard? So boom. Soon as I left, I left his office. I went and sat in another office, and when I went in the office, three POs came in there: a white PO, a Spanish PO, and a black PO on 161st in the Bronx. And they was like, yo, we the gang unit and we got your file and we know who you is and we know this about you and we know about your block, we know about your hood. And I was like, I don't know nothing about my hood. I just came home. It was like, well, we know all about you. We know you started this. We know you started that. So I was like, I ain't starting nothing. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't know what you talking about. I said, I left that gang shit alone up north. So they started telling me what I was. They was like, yeah, you claim this, you claim that. We know about you, boom, boom. We're going to be on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in contact with no felons. You can't be out your house till 7 o'clock in the morning, and you got to be in your house by 7 o'clock in the morning, in the night. You heard? And this was summertime when I came home. August. You heard? 90-degree weather. Straight up. 90-degree weather. You heard? Just coming home. You heard? I'm like this. Curfew? I wasn't even prepared for this part of the game. Curfew? I ain't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And I said, nah, curfew. You gotta be in the house at 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? It don't get dark until 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the summer. You know what I'm saying? So they like, I gotta be in the house at daytime. But, you know, most dudes, when they come home, they doing whatever to stay home. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie. It was hard. It was real hard. So boom. I was chilling. I was making my 9 o'clock curfew, boom, boom, boom. But now I'm on a gang unit. Gang unit saying my joint is not 9 o'clock. They said my joint is 7 o'clock. And I can't be out the house until 7. So I'm like, damn, B. But I ain't really paying them no attention because I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in the world I'm going to be in the house at 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I left that dude, I'm on my block like this. Blowing it down like that. I ain't even been home a week. I'm blowing it down on my block, chilling. Mac just came with my PO. You heard? I'm chilling on my block. My block had the hood van, so we at the hood van. We smoking. Dudes is cracking jokes. I'm having a good time. I'm happy. I'm happy, you know what I'm saying, because I'm out of that prison environment and now I'm back on the street with people that I knew and people that I grew up with. So I'm feeling good. So I'm like, yeah, boom, boom, I'm smoking. They you know what I'm saying, they passing me little lunch to smoke. I'm smoking. So all of a sudden, my little brother walked by. So my little brother said, Larry, your PO just called. So as soon as he said that, I looked at my watch. It was 9 o'clock. So I said, oh shit. I'm down here smoking and drinking and bugging out with these niggas on my block, these young niggas on my block. You know what I'm saying? I supposed to have been in the house at 7 o'clock. I should skip my mind, you heard? I was out. I ran down the block, went in the house. Boom. So boom, when I go in the house, my grandmother, she basically coming at me. She like, boy, your PO called. He said, call him, but he said, you gonna send you back to jail, this and that. Boy, you just came home. Boy, don't go back to jail. I don't know what I will do if you go back to jail. I'm like, nah, don't worry about it, Grandma. So I get on the phone. So I pick up the phone. I say, yo, what's good? This is such and such, such and such. Soon as I say this is such and such, such and such, all he started doing is screaming on the phone. You out your house? Your curfew is 7 o'clock. Your curfew is 7 o'clock. You heard? What you doing? Why you wasn't in the house when I was called just now? Your curfew is 7 o'clock. Yo, he didn't even give me a chance to talk, and he's screaming at me. I even got to put my ears to the phone. I'm looking at the phone like this. You heard? He like, yo. He's like, so I'm like, yo, man. I said, yo. I forgot. It skipped my mind, man. So he was like, I'm on your back, right? I'm on your back, right? I said, yeah, you on my back. You heard? He said, good. You heard? He said, yeah, come in tomorrow. I don't know what I'll do with you. You heard? Click. And he hung up on me. So I'm like this. I'm dumb mad. I'm like, oh, man, word up. I said, word up, Grandma. I ain't going to lie. I started getting mad. I said, yo, Grandma, when I go in the mall, I only got a year left. I'm going in there and I'm going to tell that dude about himself, B. You heard? I don't care about if he violated me, Grandma. You heard? So my grandma started crying. She's like, boy, I'm waiting for you to come home. I need you home. I don't know what I'll do if you go back to jail. So now I start soul searching. I'm start thinking about my feelings and my grandmother's feelings. My feelings is saying going in there, want to go in there tomorrow and say, F you, I don't give a damn who you is. Nigga, I just came from home from Attica. I wasn't even getting treated like that in Attica. Dudes yelling at me and all that. You heard? You yelling at dudes for nothing, B. You heard? But that's what I was going to go in there and tell them. I was going to say, violate me. I don't care. I'll do that little year. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So even though I ain't really want to do that, but that's where my pride was at. That's where my ego was at. Because the way that he was coming at me on that phone, you know what I'm saying? And he told me to come in, and he called me back after that and was like, yeah, you could run if you want to, because we'll catch you. We got the biggest police force out in America. We'll catch you. I don't care where you run to. We'll catch you. So you could run if you want to. You better be in there tomorrow. And if you don't be in there tomorrow, I'll be catching you. You heard? Click. I said, oh, this dude, man. I hate this dude, man. I only met this dude one time. This dude is already like this. This dude played me, you know what I'm saying? The first time I met him, he asked me my regular questions and acted regular. And then the next day, this is what he doing to me, screaming on the phone because he caught me out of pocket a curfew for one day. You heard? One day. I only been home. I ain't even been home a week yet. I got like 5 days home, 4 days home. You heard? So boom. So he like, you better come in tomorrow or whatever. So I'm like, oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, then he called me back and said, You could run if you want to. He's antagonizing me. Like, you could run if you want to. We'll catch you. You heard? We'll catch you. We got the biggest police force in the world. We could go anywhere around this United States to get you. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and run. You heard? It's like he antagonizing me to run. Antagonizing me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this dude, man. And so I'm like that setup is real with these POs. You heard? They be trying to, certain dudes come home, they don't want you to make it. You know what I'm saying? Certain dudes, when you come home, they don't want you to make it. It's like they push you to try to not make it. But this PO, he did more good than bad, and I'm gonna tell you how. Boom. So now I go in the next day. Before I go in, it's a dude that's got me and him. He's from my block. Me and him got the same PO. So what he do is, me and the dude is in the hallway waiting to go see the PO. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm telling the dude from my block in the hallway, and I don't even know that it's dudes. It's a door where the POs is coming out of the door, and I'm not even on point because I just came home, so I'm not even on point that it's a door down there where the PO could hear everybody conversation in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I'm in the hallway telling the dude from my block, like, yo, B, this dude, man, calling me, screaming at me and all that, thinking I'm scared to go to jail and all that. I just came from Attica. I don't care about that jail shit, you know what I'm saying? I said, yo, word up, B, you know what I'm saying? I'm going in there, B, I ain't going for it with this dude. I'll tell this dude about himself. So boom, the dude from my block was like, yeah, man, this dude is an asshole, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Yo, you gotta be easy with this dude, you know what I'm saying? This dude be locking dudes up. So there was another Spanish dude in there. He was like, yeah, B, this dude sent me up north for one dirty urine, gave me a year violation, you heard? For 1 year violation, the dude that you talking about, you heard? So I don't even know. The dude, the PO dude done stuck his head out the door, and he done heard some of my conversation. He done heard me say that I'm not scared to go back up north and none of that stuff, you heard? So you know what he do? The dude comes out, he calls the dude from my block that me and him got the same PO. He calls him before me because he was there waiting before me. So he calls him. He said, yo, such and such, come in. Boom. So when he comes in, next thing you know, for 5 minutes later, I just see him prance. Now they got a door and they got a window. You can see clearly through the window. So he's prancing the dude past the window, handcuffed, and you could he's acting like he locking him up, and you could tell the dude, he like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Come on, man, I ain't doing nothing. He like, yeah, I'm locking you up, and he's prancing him back and forth past the door, the window, in the parole office. You heard? So I'm in the hallway watching this joint. You know what I'm saying? Then he got him in there for like a half an hour. Then he let him out. So when he let him out, the dude come out. He like, yo, L, yo, man, be easy, man. He got it in for you, man. Oh, he had me in there. All he was talking about was you in there. All he was talking about was you in there. He said that he knows who you is, and that I'm the OG, that you the OG from the block, and he was trying to get me to confirm all that stuff. And I told him I don't know what he's talking about. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it, B. He about to call me in a minute. I tell that nigga what it is. I don't care about that dude. So boom. He called somebody else, and then he called me. So when I got in there, he started screaming and walking around in the office, and he was like, I'm the worst joint. I'm the worst person in this joint. You better ask somebody. And he's like, nobody like me up here. And he was screaming and yelling, walking around his office and walking into another office of another PO. And he was like, I'm the worst guy up here. You better ask somebody. But he's talking to me, but he's not looking at me. He's just walking around me while I'm sitting down. You know what I'm saying? Making this speech, and all the POs is like minding their business. Like, you could tell, like, the POs don't mess with this dude. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff that he's saying, he the worst PO up here and all that. He the worst PO up here. You heard? His name was Tomasulo. Anybody remember him? He retired with me. You heard? That's why I'm gonna tell you about the dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So now he walking around. He like, you better ask somebody about me. He was a funny type dude too. You know what I'm saying? He like, you better ask somebody about me. Had a fat stomach. You know what I'm saying? Used to talk hood. You know what I'm saying? Talk crazy. Do a lot of cursing. He like, always cursing. You know what I'm saying? Everything he says is cursing. Man, and he walking around the office. Nobody like me up here. Nobody like me up here. I'm sitting in the chair like, yo, this dude is a character, B. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a clown, B. You know what I'm saying? So then he finally sat down. He said, yo, your curfew is 7 o'clock. If I catch you out your house after 7, or you ain't and you ain't out your, and you can't be out your house till 7 in the morning. But if I catch you out your house, the other times that you're in violation, and I'm sending you back up north. I'm sending you back up north. You heard? So I was like, yo, this dude, man, you know what I'm saying? He didn't come at me with none of that disrespectful stuff that he was doing, you know what I'm saying? Besides, he didn't come personally at me. Like I told you, he was up walking around me, pacing in the office and screaming, talking about, you better ask somebody about me, that I'm the worst person up here. I'm the worst PO up here, and nobody likes me. And all the COs was minding their business. Like, yeah, we don't mess with this dude. That dude is the worst dude up here. You heard? You got an asshole. You heard? That's what they was basically showing me. All the POs were showing me, like, you got an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, man, I got an asshole, B. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. Next thing you know, this dude is trying to catch me on our curfew. So what I used to have to do was, I used to have to go home at 7 o'clock. You heard? Look, I used to have to go home at 7 o'clock, right? I used to have to go home at 7 o'clock, right? I used to have to go home at 7 o'clock, right? And I used to try to come out. If it was something to do or a party or something jumping, I used to come out after 1. You know what I'm saying? Or after 12. But even that was risky because POs used to come. They started a new program back then where they still got it running now, where POs come to your house with the police. They started that when I came home. POs was coming to dudes' houses with the police. And another thing that they started when I was coming home that they used to do, they used to have police. They used to, like, dudes, when you come in for a regular meeting, the supervisor has certain dudes pull in the office with the police, and they'll be asking about crimes about where you lived at. You heard? So if I lived on 167 Grant and a body happened on 169 in Morris, and I go to my PO, them dudes they'll pull me in the office and say, yo, you know anything about what happened on 169 and this and that murder and this and that? And then a lot of them dudes, like, you know, a dude like got a year or something or whatever, nigga, a lot of dudes ain't snitching, you heard? But then you never know who's snitching, because there's a lot of dudes that's on life parole, using drugs, catching cases, doing all kind of foul shit. So POs bend the rules. You heard? If they working with dudes, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of parolees that's working with the police, and you'll never know. So, you know, get out that game. The game is whack, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, the game, all y'all gangsters, you know what I'm saying, coming home, y'all worrying about, you know, all y'all gang members coming home, you Blood, you Crip, you Latin King, you Trinidadio, you DP, you this, you that. Guess what? They got the gang unit waiting for you. You heard? And it ain't easy. It ain't easy. They be trying to violate you. All the stipulations is set up to violate you. You heard?